The past 3 hours have been an absolute roller coaster. The Game Awards showcased a trailer that Jeff Keighley said would please all Dragon Ball fans, and the joy that ensued definitely made this true. Sparking Zero is the confirmed name for the latest installment of the Budokai Tenkaichi franchise, and brings with it the most interesting and exciting 1-minute trailer I have ever seen. It is honestly shocking how much they showed, to the point where I'm sat here being able to provide you with an expansive and comprehensive breakdown of what was shown to us, and even what was said on the official website. So like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. So let's start with the name Sparking Zero. It's an odd choice to seemingly remove the Budokai Tenkaichi branding from the title, despite the fact that both trailers and promo material go out of their way to make the distinction. It's clear that they know how important that is, but I believe for simplicity's sake, they went with this as a way to merge the Japanese understanding of the series, because that's what it's called over there, with the rest of the world, and I believe the marketing reflects that. Now onto the trailer itself. We start off with a beautifully cinematic establishing shot of a classic Dragon Ball Z wasteland, as we see what appears to be a very generic string of clashes, as Goku and Vegeta emerge into focus and scrap it out before we transition into actual gameplay. Now, I make the distinction that it seems generic because I believe what we're seeing right now is how every match is going to begin, with you and your opponent's character scrapping before establishing themselves to each other, maybe exchanging dialogue, because it wouldn't be a Dragon Ball game without special, unique dialogue between people. The visuals are breathtaking, as we are reassured that this is all in-game, and that is an astonishing fact. 60 FPS in tandem with the visual fidelity and graphical prowess on display genuinely sets a new standard for what I expect anime games as a whole to try and reach, as the game takes full advantage of the PS5 hardware, but more on this divisive aspect later. The gameplay seems to stay true to Tenkaichi, with the camera placement, combos, and vanishing all being core traits we expect. However, they have chosen to include a scene where Vegeta deflects a blast, which is something that can be found in Raging Blast, an offshoot of the Budokai Tenkaichi series, which was made for the Xbox 360 and PS3. This tells us they do intend to innovate the classic gameplay style, but do not want to veer away from the game that we already know we like, and that is a great thing for when you revive a long-time series into the modern era. You don't want to upset the old fans, but you don't want to make them bored either, and I think this is a good way to modernize what we come to expect, in tandem with providing us with a new product overall. This game looks great, and I think this in-game gameplay definitely holds true for that. The transformation sequence of Goku and Vegeta going blue is straight from the DBS Broly film, which more definitively confirms that its contents will be heavily involved in the game day one. And it also confirms that in-game transformations are indeed finally back, which is a mechanic we haven't seen in a game since Xenoverse 2 in 2016. Yes, it's been that long. I know it doesn't feel like it. We then see Frieza on Namek as he delivers a huge blast towards the ground as the stage transitions in a very cinematic and detailed fashion. Which also confirms to us that stage transitions will also make a return, but this is less of a key factor, as this was found in 2018 with DBFZ. In fact, beam clashes were alluded to in the beginning of the trailer with Goku and Vegeta, so they really are intending on bringing these classic aspects into the modern age by trying to manage into making them feel more current with the abundance of particle effects that Spike have become known for with Jump Force. Again, more on that later. Relax. We get more in-game footage of Frieza and Vegeta to hammer home the vanishing fast-paced action of OG Budokai Tenkaichi for all the people that thought this was somehow going to be like Ultimate Tenkaichi. As we then transition into DBS Broly being confirmed as a playable character day one, as he even transforms into a Super Saiyan. This is an astonishing sight to behold, as the idea that we're getting content from seemingly OG Dragon Ball to, at best, DBS Broly is a huge feat of its own, and goes to show that we can really expect everyone to make it on the roster day one too. Comment down below who you think you want, because as we go on here, I'm telling you, your favorite will probably make it. We then receive a flash of multiple characters, being Piccolo, Krillin, Tenshinhan, Yamcha, Z Trunks from the Time Chamber, Android 18, Perfect Cell, Hercule, Fat Boo, Dragon Ball Super Trunks, who has a sword, keep that in mind. Bergamo, believe it or not, he made it in. Ranger 17 and Jiren. The three most important characters to take in are Trunks, Broly, and Bergamo. Oh my gosh. Who thought that that would ever be the case? The reason I'm singling out these three is because they all represent very key aspects of what to expect from this game and how we can measure expectations up until release. DBZ and DBS Trunks tells us that we can expect character errors to return from Tenkaichi. For those unfamiliar, Goku, for example, had early, mid, and end variations to his own character that all take up different slots, which featured varied character models such as Fluffy Hair Super Saiyan and Angular Super Saiyan, and unique moves and supers for each iteration. They choose to show us post-Time Chamber Trunks, who has no sword instead of Jacket Trunks, which is, you know, the more iconic iteration of the character. When you think of Trunks, you think of the Jacket Trunks, not this one. But I think the reason they've chosen this version to show is very important and speaks volumes about what we can expect. The reason I say that is because they also show Dragon Ball Super Trunks, who has his sword. Post-Chamber Trunks doesn't use a sword anymore. That's the key distinction here. But in the shot of Dragon Ball Super Trunks, they make sure to hammer home the fact that he's using one. Why would they do that? Well, the reason is simple. This confirms that characters like Trunks will at minimum have two completely different combo routes and supers to expect from his Z and Super versions, which is why I believe we don't see Jacket Trunks. He's probably in it, it's just the Time Chamber being here says more about what to expect in terms of gameplay variety. Next is Broly, who only really tells us what to expect in terms of what material will be included. We know from DBS Hype's Twitter that we will get OG Dragon Ball to DAIMA. Yes, DAIMA, more on that later. Broly being here tells me something very important here. And that important distinction is the fact that while DAIMA may be DLC, endgame super content is available day one, which is very exciting, and this is very unprecedented. We have yet to have a game that really focuses on Dragon Ball Super. We have had Z with Kakarot, but we've never actually had Super in the forefront before. And this might actually be the game that finally takes advantage of the Super story and an expansive roster of characters coming from it, not Z. The last character is easily the most funniest, but also most important character yet. And it's actually Bergamo. He really is only shown off to convey to us that they're not only heavily focusing on Super, but also the fact they really do plan on including even C-list characters, which suggests a very big roster size far beyond what anyone had originally thought. Roster size is a big point of contention for this game, since BT was known for having the largest of any Dragon Ball game, so expectations were high, but it seems like they could very well be matched here. Now we move on to the Bandai website, which tells us even more information regarding Sparking Zero. I know it's not named after me, I know you were thinking that. Alright, let's start reading. Shake the earth, break the heavens, make yours the destructive power of the strongest fighter ever to appear in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero takes the legendary gameplay of the Budokai Tenkaichi series and raises it to whole new levels. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has an incredible number of playable characters, each with signature abilities, transformations, and techniques. Unleash the fighting spirit within you and take the fight to arenas that crumble and react to your power as the battle rages on. The key thing to take away from here is the fact that they're really proud of the destructive effects, which obviously makes sense if you look at any still image or any clip of the actual gameplay. There's a lot going on. The environment really does feel alive and it does genuinely react to everything, which really does make me think that this game wasn't really possible on old-gen consoles. Now, I'm personally really happy about this news because I don't want this game to get held back at all. I want to see the best Dragon Ball game ever, and I feel like we're going to get that. But I do understand the people that are upset about this because, I mean, you know, not everyone has the money to upgrade, or one thing leads to another, situation might arise, you just, you know, you're limited in what you can do. But you have to understand that every game franchise reaches this point eventually, and you have to understand that from this point forward, every Dragon Ball game for consoles is going to be PS5 and, you know, next gen only. It's just how these things work. Spike Chunsoft being the devs is an issue with people, and I understand why. They're the ones who made Jump Force, for the people that don't know. And in recent years, they just don't have a good track record. However, Tenkaichi is Spike's franchise before their company merger, so I'm sure they know what they're doing, and it does show in the trailer. This is easily their most impressive work in recent memory. Now let's get back to reading. Engage in heart-pounding, high-speed 3D battles that stay true to the anime and video game series, with breathtaking visuals and authentic combat moves like beam clashes, rush attacks, movements too quick for the eyes to see, and planet-raising ultimate attacks. Okay, so they do confirm beam clashes. Rush attacks, I believe, are the thing where you spin the controller joystick. I think, I don't know, or where you spam, I don't know, something like that. And step into an arena that reacts to your every action. As you transform or unleash your most devastating attacks, watch the environment respond with stunning realism. Leave a trail of destruction in your wake as your battle to your heart's content. Yeah, so they're just, you know, hammering home the fact that yes, everything reacts with the environment, very impressive, yes, this is the next gen Dragon Ball game. Okay, so I believe we pretty much covered most, if not everything there is to discuss. Obviously, comment down below, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if I missed anything in this video. I'm sure I did. So I believe this game will release in 2024. That's not confirmed or anything, and that's just completely my speculation and just my assumption. Taking a look at this trailer, this looks like a finished product to me. It does look very polished, it does look visually spectacular. I think that this is a game that could very well come out next year. Maybe 6 to 8 months. So this part could be wrong. My friend who's into the Naruto franchise, he told me that Storm Connections took at least 9 to 10 months to come out after the announcement trailer dropped. And that announcement trailer came with no date. So far, pretty similar. My friend even told me that the date only came out when they announced the last batch of new playable characters for the game. And he says here that 4 to 5 trailer drops till date was announced. Okay, this is not to say that we're going to operate around the same schedule that Storm Connections has. I'm not saying that. But I will say it's a good, you know, gauge as to what we can maybe expect. This trailer signals the fact that they are pushing this game now. You can already wishlist the game on consoles and Steam and all that. They are preparing us for a long marketing scheme promotion for this game. We're going to receive more trailers, more gameplay, story mode content, game modes. There's a lot to look forward to, and a lot of characters they don't show. For example, DBS Trunks, back to him again. The implications of him being here means that Goku Black will be here, Zamasu will be here, you know, the Vegito Blue, all the characters that are necessary to tell the story. Okay, this is something that I just noticed, but I just read off the European Bandai Namco account. But the website screenshot that DBS Hype took refers to the game as having a historic number of playable characters, whereas what I just read says an incredible number of playable characters. You could argue that that's the same thing, but I think historic kind of gives more and leans more into the fact that we'll probably see an absurd roster count, like Tenkaichi 3. I prefer to harbor on that one more than the great number, whatever the hell the other one said. So we'll just go with that one for now. Historic number, honestly, this is why I say that pretty much you should just expect whoever you want to be in the game. It doesn't even matter in the modern age anymore because we'll probably get sold DLC anyone who can't make it anyway. I think I've covered everything. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this editing style for videos, actually. This is my first time actually making a video and not streaming. Let me know how you feel about Tenkaichi so far. I'm personally ecstatic. I will be covering this game. I will be the go-to guy for this game. I don't care. I will do everything in my power to try and get this game early. The Bandai Namco, please. With a Dragon Ball fan my whole life, please. Let's have a good discussion in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said, or maybe something I said was wrong and you can amend it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my reaction video. It's already up. Take care. And there's more Tenkaichi videos coming soon. So like, comment, and subscribe. I have so many plans. Goodbye.